Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and this special Christmas video all about how to survive the Christmas period with babies, toddlers and young children, because let's face it, Christmas is wonderful in so many ways, but it can also be stressful and out of routine and result in crying, unhappy children and parents. So today I'm going to share with you some of my top tips so that you all have the best time possible. My first tip is actually sitting behind me, and that is when you're decorating your Christmas tree to make sure that you don't put baubles on this bottom section here. That just means that if you have a young baby, a crawler, that when they crawl up to the tree, there's nothing for them to grab apart from the branches. If you don't want to do that, then I have another solution for you. I'm just going to grab one from my tree, and that is to use soft baubles. Here is one of ours. It's like a little fluffy pom-pom bauble, and these are absolutely great to use because of course if babies pull them off, they're not going to break, they're not going to hurt themselves by bashing it on their head. My next tip, and probably one of the most important things that I would advise to keep the peace over Christmas, is to keep to your daily routine as much as you possibly can. Now I know this year a lot of us are going to be staying at home anyway. You might have family coming to you, you might be going to visit some people if you're in a small bubble, but even if you're not and it's just your family at home, it can be easy to kind of get into the Christmas spirit and get out of routine. Now I probably sound like a Grinch and really boring and dull, but actually I promise this will save your sanity. Keeping in your daily routine is really important because babies and toddlers don't understand that it's Christmas so nap time isn't happening, or it's Christmas so bedtime is 2 hours later. All they know is I'm tired, I'm hungry, and they need the safety and security of that routine. Otherwise, tantrums abound, there will be meltdowns. Make sure that you keep to your daily routine with naps and feeding times as close as you possibly can, and then keep that bedtime exactly the same. Don't do a late bedtime just because it's Christmas, and actually it's a bonus because of course it means that you get to stay up and have some time, just you and your partner. My next Christmas tip, and something really fun to do with your baby or older child, is to take advantage of all the Christmas lights that are up and outside. People have put them up earlier than ever this year, certainly they have where we live, and more people have put them up than ever before. So go on a walk, wrap up cozy and warm. It gets dark, doesn't it, about 4 o'clock. Go outside and take a walk around your neighbourhood, or drive to a neighbourhood close by to you where you know that there are lots of Christmas lights. Park up the car and just go and have a walk around outside. Your baby is going to love looking at those lights. Who needs a baby class or a sensory class when you have Christmas lights to look at, hey? And your older child will enjoy spotting all the different colours and the different types of lights as well. Now, if this is your first Christmas with a child, you may not be quite prepared for the mountain of presents that you are about to receive. But if you have an older child, then you will well know that you get a ton of presents at Christmas. Well, not you, actually, your child gets a ton of presents at Christmas. And while this is wonderful and how lucky they are, it can mean that it's overwhelming. Even when I say a ton, I mean maybe 5 or 6 presents. That's a lot for a baby. If they open one present, they really want to take the time to enjoy opening that one present. If you then keep on giving them presents, they're not really going to get the benefit out of them. To be honest, all the presents will lose their meaning, or they'll probably just pick one that they want to play with and they will ignore all the rest. So my advice is just pick a few presents for Christmas Day. You could spread them out over the course of the day, so some in the morning, some maybe after Christmas dinner, and a couple, I wouldn't say quite before bedtime, but maybe in the evening time. But I would, if I was you, and this is what we do, and in fact what we did when I was a child as well, extend the presents over the coming days. So give some presents on Boxing Day, and then you could even give, if depending on how many presents you have, 1 or 2 presents every day up to New Year's Eve. It means that the Christmas period is longer, and it just means that children get more joy and enjoyment out of their presents, and they don't feel so overwhelmed with new things. If you are seeing friends or family this year in your little bubble, then don't be afraid to leave the room with your baby if it all gets too much. Noise is actually a real overstimulator for babies. Even the sound of different adults having conversations, especially if they're voices that they're not familiar with, they can quickly overstimulate a baby. And an overstimulated baby means a crying and unhappy baby, which none of us want, do we? So building on that, just remember to take it easy. Especially this Christmas, especially if this is your first Christmas, especially if you have a brand new baby, it's okay to just do a really low-key Christmas this year. Don't worry if you're in your pajamas all day long, not just because it's a nice family tradition, but because you just simply don't have the energy or inclination to get dressed into proper clothes. That's okay. If you need to tap out in the middle of the day and go and take a nap while the baby's napping, take advantage of the fact that there's other people around in the house so that you can do that. Go and take that nap. You are tired if you've been up all night. And finally, don't worry about cooking home-cooked food. It's okay for this year or these years. It's such a short period in our lives when we have small children. It's okay to not have home-cooked food on Christmas Day. You do what works best for your family and what will make you have the most enjoyable and stress-free time of all. I hope that this video was helpful and that it gave you some tips and tricks. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like baby, toddler and parenting content. I bring out lots of new videos every week, and I would love it if you were to like the video and leave me a comment. What are you looking forward to most this Christmas? After such a rubbish year, tell me something that is going to brighten the end of your year with your little one. If you want something to watch, then click on these videos here for more, and I will see you all next time. Bye everybody.